الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah Jalla wa Ala, He mentions in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And who is better in speech than the one who calls to Allah and announces that I am and does righteous deeds and announces clearly and openly and proudly that indeed I am from the Muslims. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, he said in an authentic hadith in Bukhari and Muslim, that this ummah of yours is like one body. If one part of the ummah hurts, the rest of the ummah feels its pain. We are living in a society, my dear brothers, a society, a world, where the ummah is in pain in many different parts of the world, in many different countries. And we are supposed to be remedying this pain and this problem. If we are part of that one body, which Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke about, the ummah as one body. If our toes was broken or our finger was broken, the tongue would speak and scream in pain. The mind would not be able to concentrate. The body would not be able to function, walking, talking, eating, writing, or everything would be hindered until the problem is healed. As such, this ummah is in great need of many different things. However, before I enter into the subject I wish to speak to you about, I want us to have a reality check. Look into ourselves as individuals and as a society living here in Great Britain. We have busied ourselves with me, myself, and I. It's about my education. It's about me getting a job. It's about my bank balance. It's about me buying a house, me graduating. It's about me wearing the best clothes, me having this car, me wishing to purchase that thing which I desire so much, even though I don't have the finance to finance it. This is the way the Muslims are living our lives. And the reason why we are living our lives in this way is because this is the culture of this society we live in. So you can clearly see that this behavior, this attitude is alien to Islam. When the Prophet ﷺ, he said, لا يحب أحدكم لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. أو كما قاله صلى الله عليه وسلم. That none of you truly believe until you love for your brother that which you love for yourself. So now I will enter into my point. What is the most biggest thing you love for yourself? Is it wealth? The greatest thing you love for yourself, is it your family, your children? Is it your car? Is it your home, your house? What do you love the most? Any intelligent mind in this room will agree that the greatest thing that you love for yourself is Islam. Without Islam you are lost. We're like lost sheep. Without Allah, we will be living a depressed, a life full of anxiety and chasing of this world. We will be no better than animals. How much would you sell your Islam for? Never. You would die rather than lose our Islam. However, there is a nation which is part of your nation, which is part of your ummah. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said in the Quran, وَأَنَّ هَذِهِ أُمَّتُكُمْ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَأَنَا رَبُّكُمْ فَاتَّقُونَ. That indeed this ummah of yours is one nation, one ummah, and I am your Lord. So fear me, obey me. If this ummah is one ummah, which nation am I referring to? It is a nation residing in Africa. According to statistics laid down by Christian missionaries and evangelists, and we know they like to beef these statistics up, but they have compiled their documents stating 667 Muslims are leaving their religion al-Islam daily. Sorry, hourly. 16,000 a week. 6 million a year. And they are embracing either Christianity or other ways of life. Listen carefully, my brothers, because if these statistics are beefed up, let's tone them down. Let's say it's not 6 million abandoning Islam in a year. Let's say it's 1 million. From 1902, when Muslims first entered and settled in America, up until this point now, 2016, there are 7 million Muslims. We lose 1 million Muslims a year in Africa. In 7 years, we would have lost what we gained here. Do not be mesmerized about this statement that Islam is the fastest growing religion. This is a statement, my brothers, which has been taught to us by the non-Muslims to inject us with a sleeping disease. So we fall asleep thinking others are calling to Islam. Islam is the fastest growing religion on this earth. The work is being done. People are coming in folds. But what they don't tell you, these people who give us these statistics, is how many people are leaving Islam and why they're leaving Islam. poverty leads to kufr. While we eat and sleep, whilst we have work and provide for our families, our Islam in this country is safe. You're not threatened. But imagine if you had to go and take your child, 6-year-old daughter, for an operation. And before they apply the operation, the doctor says to you, we need £10,000 for this operation. If you can't give it, there's the door. What would you do if somebody came to you and said, I know an organization that will pay this for you. Become a Christian and they'll pay for you. This is what is happening. Villages, remote in Africa, living on basic food plants, even not even eating a meal a day. The Christian missionaries are active there. They're giving their food, they're giving medicine, they're making clinics, they're building orphanages, they're building schools, and they're building churches. And the people see this. And they say, well, where is Islam? Well, where is this Muslim? These are the people who are helping us. So these are the people who must be upon the truth. And they embrace. And they follow. And this is how we are losing so many Muslims from their faith. This obligation is upon each and every one of us. I have reported this message to you now. It is upon you to reflect and think. Yes, Islam is growing fast, maybe here, maybe in America, maybe in Europe. But what about in Africa? Are they not our brethren? Are they not your brothers, your sisters, your daughters? We left this issue of nationalism behind when we stated La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. There was no black and no white and no Asian and no pink and no brown and no this. Color doesn't matter in Islam. Nationalism doesn't matter. I'm from West Africa, I'm from East Africa, I'm from North Africa, I'm Arab, you're not Arab, I'm English, I'm Pakistani, I'm Bengali. What is this? These are all cause of Jahiliyyah. All of this is cause of Jahiliyyah. And we live and reside in this Jahiliyyah right here in Bedford, in Luton, everywhere. We see one masjid, a Bengali masjid. We see a Pakistani masjid, both of them Jamaat Tabligh, but they got two separate masjids. We have a Bengali Brahmi masjid and we have a Sufi Pakistani masjid. Both Brahmi Sufi, but they are, one's Pakistani, one's Bengali. And then we find a Sierra Leone masjid, and we find a Gambian masjid, and we find this. What is this? Why are we bringing this into Islam? Until we kill this Jahiliyyah. Until we kill this Jahiliyyah in us, we will not be able to help the Ummah in a wide scale. In the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was an argument between a muhajir who came from Mecca and settled in Medina and one of the Ansar. And when the fight broke out, the muhajir shouted, "Oh muhajirun, come and aid me, come and help me against this Ansar, look what he's done." And the Ansar said, "Oh Ansar, come and aid me and help me against this muhajirun, look what he has done." And then all the muhajirun came behind the muhajir. All the Ansar came behind the Ansar. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out and he saw this and he yelled at them saying, "What is this? What is this of Jahiliyyah? Whilst I am still alive amongst you? This is Jahiliyyah." And whoever calls to nationalism, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in an authentic hadith, then let him bite onto his father's penis. This is how corrupt and evil it is. You should, as much as you despise this act, what I just mentioned in this hadith, then you should despise nationalism in this way. We should be doing everything that goes opposite to aiding Bengali masajid, Pakistani masajid, African masajid, Arab masajid in Islam. If you had your cultural, social meetings, eat your same food, mix with the same people, no problem. But now you make an Islam of this type of nationalism, that type of nationalism. And then when you suffer in Africa, when you're suffering, the rest of the Ummah is not going to come to your aid. If you suffer in Pakistan, the rest of the Ummah is not going to come to your aid. This, my brothers, is what the kuffar, this is what they want, this is what they're planning, and this is what they're scheming. Keep the Muslims divided. Keep them separated. Keep them busy with their nationalism. Keep them busy with the dunya. Games, sports, football, music, women, this. Keep them busy with everything. Because the minute they stop these things, we're going to have a problem on our hands. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر لي ولكم من سائر المسلمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم أما بعد. My brothers, hadith in Sahih Muslim, in Kitab al-Iman, Islam will become worn out like clothes are worn out. So much until there will be no one who knows what fasting is, what prayer is, what charity is. This is what will happen. The Quran will disappear in one night. No ayah will remain on this earth. Some groups of old people, they will be left and they will be saying, we heard our fathers say La ilaha illallah. So we say that too, La ilaha illallah. And Sila, one companion, asked Hudayfa, who was narrating this hadith, what will this La ilaha illallah benefit them? Without knowing about prayer, without knowing doing no fasting, without doing no zakat, how will this help them? Hudayfa, he replied to them and said, it will save them from the hell. It will save them from the hell. It will save them from the hell. Subhanallah. Are we heading in this way in Africa? With so many people abandoning their religion. And we don't care. We don't do nothing about this. My brothers, this is a wake-up call for you all and for me. When I found out about these statistics, I did some more research. And since then, a momentum now has grown. An organization has developed in the past 3 weeks called Islam for Africa. We have a shura, a committee, and our target is to build masajid with schools inside Africa, in different parts. We are researching into areas where the Christian missionary is happening, where they are Christianizing the Muslim societies. And these are the places we are going to target. Build a masjid and build a school. In Africa, schooling to the parents, in some cases, is more important to them than food. Because they see the schooling as a way out of poverty. And so they send them to the Christians. Because the Christians are the only ones who have free schools. So we will build a masjid and we will build a school in each part that we know where there's missionary going on. And we will send food. And we will provide food to the people to lift them out of poverty, to the best of our ability. These are our intentions. And we have one masjid currently being built right now as I speak. And we have another 2 masjids pledged already. My call is up and down the country. Every masjid in UK should build a twin masjid in Africa. And they build it through Islam for Africa. Because our research will be on the spot. We'll build it in the area, and we have a system in which we can fund and can keep this masjid and the school running. Inshallah, whoever wants details can see me about this after the khutbah. However, my brother is coming back to the asr. What I mentioned right at the beginning, the worst thing you would want for yourself is that you lose your Islam. The worst thing you would want for your children is that you would lose, they would lose their Islam. Now, do we care about our brothers and brethren in Africa? Do we see them as part of this ummah or not? The Shia, Rafida are spreading their dawah there. The Qadiani, very, very big dawah there. And the Christian missionary, wherever they is poverty, you'll find them there. People like George Bush funding these campaigns. What about us? Don't fall into that trap now. Point the fingers at the Muslim leaders. Don't fall in that trap. They will be responsible for their duties. We will be responsible for our duties. It's easy. Point the finger at them, blame them, so I don't have to do anything. No. Because when you face Allah, He will question you. He will ask you, what did you do? Are you saying that Bedford cannot raise £8,000 to build a masjid and a school? You can do it. If you can build this masjid and you care about your brethren there, you can do it. But it takes effort. It takes sacrifice. It takes people working, getting on their 2 feet, going out there, fundraising, doing things. But who from amongst us will have this ability? None except whom Allah gives that ability to. The doors of good, my brothers, khairat is open. There are many, 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 many. But those who walk through this door to do this good are very few. Why? As I mentioned before, is because you're too busy looking after me, myself, and I. I don't have time, I'm working 12 hours a day. Oh yeah? If you want time, if you really want to, you will find the time. You will find it. You will find the way. Even if it is raising money in your workplace. Even if it is spreading awareness where you are. But my brothers, I will never stop opening doors for good for the people. And I hope Allah gives me the tawfiq to walk through that door of good. And gives you all the tawfiq to walk through that door of good. My brothers, it is a catastrophe. Very, very serious problem going on in Africa. I'm not talking about Northern Africa, I'm talking about Southern Africa, the East and the West. This is where the problems are. We have a plan, we have a strategy, we have people behind, and the momentum is growing. I can tell you now, it's growing. But it's not enough until every single town and city in UK is involved in this. Because Africa is massive. There was 1 billion population in Africa. 1 billion is the population of Africa. There was a time in the early 1900s, late 1800s, when the Muslim population of that 1 billion was 900 million. Did you know that? Majority, 900 million Muslims, 100 million others, Christians, whatever. Do you know what the population of Africa is now? It's gone down from 900 to 300 million. Massive drop. And half of that is where? North Africa. So you're left with 150 million Muslims in Africa. Where are the rest gone? What are they embraced? What are they doing? We have to make effort, my brothers. I call you to make effort in this way. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر لي ولكم وللمسلمين وأقم الصلاة.